Hey guys, it's Hazeltail and I have a new video for you guys today. It's a makeup tutorial and it's a little bit different than usual. This is a collab with a lovely girl I know from YouTube and Instagram. Her name is Nickey Dubstep. We decided to go for a super warm eye. As you can see, I did that, but I did it kind of really bright. And I will have a link to her video. I think it's up here. It might be on the other side. And I'll have a link in my description box down below. And also in the description box, I'll have links to my previous collabs with other people. For this look, I almost entirely used the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette, which was limited edition. But I'm pretty sure these colors could be dupable by like Wet n Wild or something like that, because Wet n Wild has really good bright colors. Anyway, let's just jump into the tutorial. I started with my eyebrows and face makeup already applied. And then the first thing I did was apply an eyeshadow primer on my lids up to the brow. Then I took an eyeshadow that's around my skin tone and applied that under my eyebrow bone down to the crease, and that's going to function as my highlight. For the rest of the eyeshadow look, I used the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette. And for the first color, I actually combined three colors. I used Strutter, Noble, and Vox to get a somewhat medium brown. And I used a pretty fluffy brush and applied that to my crease. Then I felt like it wasn't quite dark enough, so I took a little bit of Vox on the same brush and applied that into my crease also. Then I went in with the shade Analogue on a fluffy brush. It's a bright orange and I applied that along the edges of the brown in my crease, the upper edge, and it kind of gives like a faded out effect. And then I just went back in with the brush that had Vox on it and blended that a little bit onto the crease again. And then I went in with the brush I had my highlight shade on and went under my brow bone again just to blend out the orange. Then as a base for my lid color, I used the NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk, which is my favorite white base. I drew it all over most of my eyelid. And then I took a synthetic brush, this one happens to be angled, but it doesn't matter, and used it to blend out the pencil so it isn't quite so patchy and so thick. Then I took the shade Destroyer from the Kat Von D palette and packed that all over where I had the eyeshadow base. A little bit of the red got into my inner crease and I didn't want it there, so I took a clean blending brush and just kind of went over the edge of that to make it less obvious. Then I went back in with the brush that had Vox on it just to blend the lid and crease color together. And then I went back with the brush that had the orange on it and I brightened up the orange a little bit because it had gotten lost in all the blending. And then I moved on to my winged eyeliner. I used the L'Oreal Lacquer liner, it's my favorite gel liner, and I had that on a very skinny angled brush. First I draw a line from the middle of my lash line towards the outside. Then I do the inner part once there's less product on the brush. And then for the wing, I draw a line up from my lower lash line towards my eyebrow, and then I drag the brush back in towards the original line. And then you can thicken it up, fill in any blank spots, and there you go. Then I wanted to do yellow on my lower lash line, but I felt like it might show up without a base, so I used a yellow eye pencil from Revlon. I applied that all on my lower lash line and also underneath the wing. And then I just took the smudger on the other end and smudged it out a little bit. To cover most of that, I used the shade Fran from the Kat Von D palette, which is a super bright yellow. I applied that all over the eye pencil except the very inner corner. For the lower inner corner, I used the shade Legend, which is a brighter, shinier yellow. It's also paler. Then I didn't want to take that yellow onto my upper inner corner, but I did want something shiny there. So I took the shade Lyric from the Kat Von D palette, which is a shimmery light beige color, and applied that to my inner corner on the top lid. Then I put a brightening eyeliner into my lower waterline. This one is the NYX Wonder Pencil in Light, and they have a couple other shades, but you could also do a white pencil. Then I applied some false lashes. These are the Salon Perfect lashes in Demi Wispies. They're my favorite go-to lashes. And I applied that using a pair of tweezers and the Kiss Clear Strip Lash Adhesive. For a more detailed instruction of how to apply false lashes, I will include a link in the top of the screen and in the description box to my video on how to apply false lashes that I did a few years ago. Then I quickly went over my lashes and the fake lashes with my favorite mascara, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes. For my lips, I wanted a soft matte pink, and to do that I combined a couple colors. First, I applied the NYX Soft Matte Cream in Stockholm, which is a very neutral lip color. And then before it dried, I added the same product but in the shade Tokyo, which is a cool light pink, and blended the two colors together on my lips. And then as my last step, I applied the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which I always like to use when I have a full face of makeup on. And this is how it came out. I'm super happy with how this look came out. Again, don't forget to check out Nickey's video. I'm sure it is fantastic because I see her posts on Instagram and they're always just beautiful. I'll have a link to her channel in the description box, like I said earlier. Anyway, that's it. If there are any other videos you want to see, just leave them in a comment down below or private message me because I love doing your guys' requests. I love you guys and I'll see you next time. Bye!